All right, my friends. Hello, everybody. I see some eyeballs starting to pop on. Welcome, welcome, welcome. If you can hear me, can you give me a thumbs up in the chat or say hello or something so I know? Hi, Laura. Hello, Nevada. Hi, Crystal. Good morning, Tina. Thank you so much for being here this morning or this afternoon or wherever you might be. I forgot my little, oh no, here it is. It's just me in the studio today, which is always a little bit hectic. We've got Katie King, yay, Katie, helping me out on WhatsApp. And so she will be trying to channel questions to me. And I will also be trying to watch the feed, which I apologize because I know it's a little bit annoying when I'm constantly looking over. I have to lean way over to see the screen on the computer too. So thank you for being here and thank you for putting up with a little bit of madness that's happening today. So if you're new, if you're just joining us for the first time or it's been a while since you've been here, remember at the end of the live, Katie will choose a winner from all the comments that have popped up in the feed, a winner's name. So if you need to comment to get into the feed at some point so that Katie can put your name into the hat so that you have an opportunity to win the $25 gift certificate that we give away every week. And then if you have a question, this is your opportunity to ask it. So if you put a bunch of question marks in first or the word question in all caps, it makes it easier for me to see and for Katie to see as she's watching the feed. Boy, worst case scenario, if we don't get your question answered because it goes by too fast, please feel free to pop it in again if we're haven't answered. We're on a little bit of a delay, but it's not huge. I think 3 seconds or 7 seconds or something. But feel free to pop it in again. If at the end of the time you have not had your question answered, please feel free to put it in as a comment on Facebook, and we'll try to check there and answer it in person, or we will, or you can send it to customer service at crafterscompanion.com, and they'll try to get it to me. But throwing it in the Facebook feed is a good option. So while we're waiting for people to pop on here for just a minute, those of you who follow my husband on Instagram and Facebook, he's a wildlife photographer. It's not somebody does for a living. It's just for fun, but he takes these beautiful and amazing pictures. His account got hacked last week. So if you notice that there's some weird things about him buying a Range Rover and making $1 bazillion on Bitcoin, that is no longer him. That is the hacker who has control of his Facebook and Instagram account. We cannot get Facebook or Instagram to shut down either one of those accounts. So he's still out there, the hacker, or she, whoever hacked him, is still out there posting these crazy things. He did start a new Facebook and a new Instagram, and I put them, a link to them in the top of the feed, and I will try to link another one. So if you enjoyed his photos and want to follow along again, he doesn't do it professionally or anything. It's just for fun, but he has these really amazing adventures and all this kind of cool stuff. So anyway, but it's been a bummer. It's been horrible, actually, the whole thing, because he lost all his pictures. All right, enough about him. We already have a question popping up. Is the desk-made die cut holding box discontinued? Sherry Bolts is asking. The desk-made die cut holding box. I'm not 100% sure what you're talking about. Are you talking about this? The die stamp and supply organizer? Maybe? I was going to talk about this morning. It's definitely not discontinued. It is available at most large Joann stores. It may not be showing up on our website because of week 3 of weird websiteness. Yeah, it might not be showing up there because the US stock isn't showing up there, but it should be on scrapbook.com, and it is in your larger Joann stores. It's probably available at joann.com as well. So if you're talking about this item, the die stamp and supply organizer, and I did get some questions about it. I'm going to go to my overhead here. I'll put it this way so it's facing me. So one of the cool things about this is that it has all these little slots, so you can make the compartments as big or small as you need. And we'll look at it on my back shelf here in just a minute. These, if you lose them, it comes with, I think, 3, 2, and 1. And the idea is that you can move them around, but that you wouldn't use them everywhere. But if you're using it for tool and supply storage, right, then you want more dividers to keep your things straight up and down. Paintbrushes, scissors, glue guns, that kind of thing. You want those extra dividers. But all you have, this was the question that I got, where can I get more dividers? We don't sell the dividers, but all you have to do is take a piece of heavy chipboard. You can even do it with just a piece of cardstock, right? Because the divider, well, maybe not so much for the bigger ones, but just a piece of heavy chipboard and cut it that dimension and then pop it in there and it will work great. So I have a bunch of extra ones because I use so many of them. Well, this isn't one, but all these, and some of them I don't use any dividers in at all because of the way the pockets fit. I don't need dividers in them. But if you have one and you want extra dividers, you can just make the dividers out of heavy chipboard or even cardstock, depending. So like in this one, I don't have any dividers in this one at all, right? So I've used 4x6 pockets, 5x7, 8x5 pockets in here. I didn't need any dividers. They stay where they're supposed to stay. So just depending on how you're using it, that'll make the difference. But the question was, can I get more dividers? No, but just cut them out of chipboard and will work great. All right, so then next up is HSN next week. So next Tuesday, there isn't going to be a Tuesday Live because I'll be in Florida for HSN. We've got a couple of really great bundles at great HSN prices coming up. So for those of you who have never participated in an HSN 24-hour craft day, great deals, really fun. You learn a lot. You get a preview and see all of the things that are new in the market. There's some really cool stuff coming up. American Crafts has a really cool jewelry press. I mean, it's going to be a great day. All kinds of really amazing, fun things. I will have the Slide Stash and Store bundle at a special price. So if you have been needing more Slide Stash and Store, look for it on HSN. Last time we had it on HSN, we sold out in like 7 minutes. They did bring in about twice as much stock this time, but if you want Slide Stash and Store at that price, I definitely wouldn't hesitate. Now, for those of you who don't know what Slide Stash and Store is, that's this system here. All these little box containers that go on your shelf. Remember, the 4, 5, and 6 size box are great. I mean, this is 6, this is 5, this is 4. They are great, not only for craft supplies, but they are amazing under your bathroom sink, kitchen sink, laundry room sink, right? Because all those bottles and containers of cleansers and sprays and all that furniture polish and oven cleaner and all that stuff that just kind of spills out under your sinks. If you just contain it all into a Slide Stash and Store, then you can just slide it out, grab what you need, slide it back in. Did it this morning, needed Windex. It was at the back of my Slide Stash and Store under the cabinet, under the sink, pulled it out, grabbed it out, boom, used it, put it back. Super easy. Everything stays neat and tidy and clean. So those are going to be on special on HSN on Tuesday. Then we're going to have the 12 by 12 storage and supply cases in the 4-drawer and the 2-drawer as a bundle, also an awesome price. So if you need the 12 by 12 storage and supply cases, those are going to be on HSN. And then we have a really great bundle that's Slide Stash and Store, which fit in your lowest tote, a lowest tote, a pop-up trash can, and a craft and carry workstation all together in one great bundle as well. So keep your eyes out for those things. HSN the 24th. Quantities, like I said, they doubled the order size for Slide Stash and Store, but the other quantities, I'm not sure what they are. So like everything on HSN, if you're shopping on 24-hour day, you want to get it as soon as you know you want it, because they do tend to sell out of things, especially those prices and all that kind of stuff going on here. Question. Any news on when the tool bags will be available? Oh, no, but I checked again this morning. I emailed this morning. Matter of fact, let me see really quickly. I'll check my email here on my phone and see if I have a reply back on that. It doesn't look like it. It's still pretty early here, so everybody's not in the office over in the US. I mean, it's 9, but they're here. They have arrived. I got samples of them. And so I don't know who's going to be first to market with them or when they will be released, but I know they are in the warehouse now. So at any moment, and I would expect maybe even before today's show's over, maybe if Kimberly, if you're listening and you know, that would be awesome if you can chime in and let us know what you know, or when they will be and who will be releasing them. Let's see. Oh, the question about the die file was not about the die stamp and supply organizer. Terry Wiegand, thank you. It was about the die file. I don't know if they'll bring that back. I know we are looking for a factory in Mexico to make it, as opposed to having it made in China. The tariffs are crazy. We pay huge tariffs when we bring stuff in from China. I know some people think the Chinese pay the tariffs, but they don't. We do. So if we bring something in from China, there's great big tariffs on it. But so we're looking for a factory in Mexico to do those. And I think that's kind of where the sticking point has been on them. So we can get them in at a better price and more quickly, right? China's a long way from here to get things. So, but that's kind of our deal. Carla says, just bought the 12 by 12 from CC, first time ever, one tab snapped off. I have contacted customer service and waiting on an answer. Love my TT. I'm sure they'll get right back to you. The 12 by 12, the tab snapped off. Not sure which, got a lot of 12 by 12. Question, when will the largest slide stash in store be available? I would go to scrapbook.com if you need that. Number 6 slide stash in store. We have them. They are in stock in the US warehouse, but the website is got some issues. So the largest slide stash in store is number 6. Yeah, number 6. Right. This guy, right? Yeah, we have them. They're in stock, and I'm almost positive they're available at scrapbook.com. Sorry, I don't have fast fingers Susie here. Usually she'll check on stuff like that while I'm talking. But maybe one of you, maybe Barbara, Terry, could check in and see if they're in stock there. I know we have them in the warehouse, so they should be available. You know, they also work great, which also came up in another conversation earlier this week. The slide stash in store all fit in your calyx. So if you're looking for a way to get things vertical, like I have them on the shelf here, but one of the best uses for them is to get your buddy bags. So I have these nice little narrow shelves that hold my buddy bags, but the slide stash in store let you take your buddy bags. So these are all different ribbons, right? Christmas color, orange on this one, yellow, green. So it lets you take your buddy bags vertically, and then again, you label the front. When you pull that out, you grab the buddy bag that you need and push it back in. So you really can maximize kind of what I've been saying, always say, left to right, back to front, top to bottom in that cube. So the slide stash in store, they're all different widths, right? So the number of containers that you're going to get in your IKEA cube, in your calyx or expedite, is different depending on how wide you take them, right? So obviously if you're more narrow, more boxes, wider, less boxes, but they are going to fit perfectly in your IKEA cube. Yeah, good answer, Barb. Okay, let's see. Oh, and Katie says, yes, the number 6 slide stash in store is available at Crafters. It is available at scrapbook.com. Scrapbook.com and the Stamps of Life carry the majority of, well, I think scrapbook.com carries everything. Stamps of Life, Stephanie Bernard's website, carries as much as she can that's shippable. So the big things like the dye salmon supply organizer and dye that stuff. It's too big for her to ship without charging you a fortune. But Stamps of Life is going to carry most flat things. So they may also have the slide stash in store number 6. I know they had a really cool bundle for a while that was special to them also. All right. Let's see. Let me take a quick scroll through here. You guys are so good about answering each other's questions. Hello, everybody. What is the size for the new tool bag? So there are 3 sizes for the new tool bag. There is the 9x6, no, 9x4, 9x6, and 5x7. So all of them, oh my gosh, they're so much fun to work with too. And you know, I traveled with one of these the other day. I just kind of tested it out, and I just threw all my, like my hairbrush, I use a couple of different kinds of hairbrushes, combs, hot flat iron, that kind of thing, all into one of them, and took it with me. Just how does it work for travel? And it works great. The zipper is a really nice feature on there, and you've got that heavy box on the inside. So the 5x7, 9x4, and 9x6, and so these all also work with the 5x7, 9x4, and 9x6 pockets that work in the Fab Files and Buddy bags. So if you're going somewhere and you really want to secure things, lock them down, right? You want to be able to zip them up to keep everything in its place. The toolboxes are going to be perfect for that. So they got that nice zipper, handle on top, handle on the side. But those are the basic dimensions. I guess the depth of them, I guess that's probably a good piece of information too, right? So this one is, well, they hold 5x7, I guess. This one is 8 1/4 inches long. It's 4 1/4 deep, and it is 6 1/4 tall. Right. This one, and I'm going edge to edge here with the trim, so 10 3/4. So it might be a different measurement when it comes up on the website, but I'm just thinking if this is all the way out, that's the length. That's the size of it. Oh, but you probably want the interior, right? Because it's what's going to hold inside more than anything else. Let's see. So the interior, and this will all be on the website. I guess no matter what website you buy it, all these measurements will be there. But yes, I'm not sure. But this one is 10 inches by 4 inches, and then the interior of all of them about 5 inches tall. So if you have something specific you're trying to put in them, let me know, and I will. I guess I don't need to go through the measurements, right? When they're available, all the measurements will be interior, exterior, all that stuff. But if you have a particular item that you're wanting to store, if you ask me about it and I have it here, I'll try it out, and so you'll know which ones you need when they're available. So Cindy Cook Wilson, I'm glad you joined us too, Cindy. And Debbie's excited about the new tool bags. Debbie McCabe, they're really great. I'm excited about them. I'm excited because it's, we had a bad shipment, and then we had to wait for a new shipment, but they're here. So sooner or later, we are going to get them out to you. Let's see if I'm missing any other things here. One of the other things that came up, and it kind of comes up regularly, is about paper storage and which paper storage option is best to use. So paper storage, like everything, depends on how you craft, where you craft, who you craft with, and whether you move around in your crafting world. So think about that as you're choosing supplies. Paper handlers are easy, often on your shelf, right? They have the handles on the top. They come in, this is the paper handler. It's going to come in 12 by 12, 8.5 by 11, 8 by 8, and 6 by 6. So this is a good thing if you're pulling it off your shelf, bringing it to your workspace, taking it with you. And if you have open shelf space, the 12 by 12, excuse me, does fit in the IKEA Kallax and Expedit. So that's a great option for that. The 12 by 12 paper takers close up, right? They have that Velcro across the top. They're pretty easy to move around in the world with. The 12 by 12 paper, no, 12 by 12 fab files also close up, have a handle on the top, handle on the side. So choosing which one is best for you is going to really kind of be determined by how you move around and how you have accessibility, right? Open on the shelf, paper handler is a great option. You can also put them on their back, and then you can pull things straight in and out. They're not engineered to go on their back. So they have these little feet on the bottom, and that's what keeps them steady and straight up when you have it this way. But if you put them on their back and line them up in your Expedites, you can pull paper straight in and out, as opposed to having to pull out the box and pull it out the top. That works really great. You just need to bookend them with something so they'll stay nice and neat and straight up and down. So, but the question, which paper storage solution should I choose? It has a little bit more to do with how you move around. I'll tell you, our absolute bestseller day in, day out is the 12 by 12 paper handler. So from that perspective, but think about how you move around. Most people use more than one. So in my scrap rack, I will have some paper. So one of the St. Patrick's Day, ballet, themes, sentiments that I don't have a lot for, maybe 10 to 20 sheets of paper, they're going to be in my scrap rack. So when I go to the Get Well section and I'm making a Get Well card, any paper that I have that might work in there, there's not a lot. It's going to be right there. I only have to look in one place. Travel, I have 2 paper handlers full of travel paper. It's this thing that I'm addicted to buying. So of course that wouldn't fit in my scrap rack. So that's kind of a crazy, that would be crazy to just fill that scrap rack with just all those papers. So if I'm working on travel, I go to the travel section, I pull out the travel paper handlers. I usually put them on the floor next to me, right? So I can look down in and pull out what I need when I'm working. Then I don't take up any desk space at all. So especially if you're traveling to something and you're using a Lois tote, you're going to be able to put that paper handler right in there and then not have it to kind of take up any work of your workspace, but it works great that way. So, and then if I'm project planning, that's when I'm going to use something more like the 12 by 12 paper taker or the 12 by 12 fab file, where I'm putting all those things together, maybe even with a scrap master has the mementos and stuff in it for whatever I'm working on. So think about how you move around in the world of crafting, and then that's the best way to choose. Also, if you're a member of the Get Organized with Totally Tiffany Facebook group, if you're not, it's easy to join. You just have to answer a couple questions so we know you're not a spamorama. And then the people on that group, there's all kinds of crafters on that group. So if you ask a couple of questions, you'll get a couple of different answers as well. And maybe one of them is going to fit your craftiness, exactly how you know, the same kind of crafter that you are. I do less and less traveling now with than I have before. I mean, I live kind of in the middle of nowhere, so there's less and less to do, I guess. Okay, any option now or in the future for TSOL Creative Decks card holder? I don't know what the dimensions are. I need to have Stephanie send me one. I'll ask her for more. But if you send me the dimensions, I don't know if you're talking about storing, I think it's dies and the actual cards themselves and the supplies, but I don't really know what the sizes are, but I'm totally sure we already have a product that would fit at least the supplies to make those, the Creative Decks card holders. I feel pretty confident about that. I also had a question come up again about the Simon Hurley pods. I think I talked about it last week, which is maybe why I got asked again. It's the Shelly bag. Maybe it's because it doesn't look like they should fit in the Shelly bag, but they do. So if you're working with something like the Simon Hurley solar or lunar paste, I think he calls it, somebody else has it and they call it solar paste, it does fit nicely in the Shelly Buddy bag. So it's easy. I think we also had these in the 6-drawer storage and supply case. So depending on how many you have or what you're keeping with them, one of the storage and supply cases would be a great option for that as well. All right. I just also, as kind of a side note, Spellbinders, if you love Spellbinders and you shop with them, they are picking up a bunch of Totally Tiffany products as well. So kind of one-stop shopping. So if you love Spellbinders, you may be able to get your Totally Tiffany stuff, and we're going to launch with them, I think, next month. They've got all the products that they're on order, so they'll be adding them to their website, and then we'll do a big launch probably next month. So watch for that if you're a Spellbinders fan. Creative Decks dies fit in the Karen bag. So the Karen Buddy bag, and I think Crafter's Companion has Karen Stamps of Life has Karen in a variety of colors. She has pink, sometimes she has purple, sometimes she has turquoise. Right now, what I believe, she's the only retailer that we do special colors for in the bags. So if you would also like to take a peek around the stampsoflife.com website, because you think you'd like to have this in pink or purple, she might also have it in turquoise. Look at the bundles, because a lot of times she's got them bundled together with the colors. But the Karen Buddy bag, Stamps of Life, works for the Paula Pollock says it works great for the Creative Decks. That's Karen. Thank you, Paula, for letting us know. How many papers does the 12 by 12 hold? So the 12 by 12 paper handler is, I think, 2 inches wide. Is that right? Let me get I should know this by now. 2.5 inches wide. So the 12 by 12 paper handler, 2.5 inches wide. 2.5 inches will hold 500 sheets of paper. But remember, paper weight, you can get goes all over the place, especially when we talk about really good, heavy, nice cardstock. It's quite a bit thicker than paper. So you're probably looking at somewhere between, depending on the weight of your paper or cardstock, somewhere between 200 and 400 sheets of paper cardstock. But you have 2.5 inches. So if you kind of measure your paper stash, then you'll know. I mean, I'm assuming that you might be thinking, how many of those would I need? Then you'll have a good idea. You have about 2.5 inches in that paper handler. When I say about, because if you're putting in tab divider pockets to hold your scraps, or you're putting in the tab dividers, I should show you what those are if you're not familiar. So we have these guys, right? I'm going to see if I can get a good picture of this on your head, right? So we have these. So if you're just using those to separate each section out, they come in packs of 10. And then we have you might be using also Scrap Masters, right? So I've got 3 Scrap Masters in here, and there's plenty of room. I could put a 4th in. But so if you're using Scrap Masters, they take up a lot more space, right? So if you've got this tucked in with your red paper or your travel paper or whatever, you've got to accommodate for that as well. So not only think about the paper that you're going to have in there, but maybe your tab divider pockets, your Scrap Masters, or just your tab dividers, they're going to take up a little bit of space as well, depending on how many you have mixed in. And then, of course, we've got things like the Collection Keeper, right? So if you're using Collection Keeper in there as well, this one has got mementos in it, but you might be using it for a collection of paper or scraps or ephemera or that type of thing. Got to account for how much space that's going to take up to. So think about that in terms of inches. You've got 2.5 inches of space in there to fill up in the paper handler. Now the paper taker is only 2 inches, and I believe the Fab File is 2 inches also. So Fab Files and paper takers are a little bit more narrow than the paper handler, but they do close up for travel or storage. So I know a lot of people like the Fab Files or the paper takers. Fab Files because they're not clear, so they're better for light. So if you're storing it somewhere where there's windows, or that may be near a window, or if you're putting it out somewhere it might be dusty, like your garage or whatever, that's when your Fab File is going to work great. And of course, the paper taker has that full strip of Velcro across the front, so everything stays nice and neat and secure in there as well. All right, let's see. Good morning from Olympia. Oh, the weather. Yes. Pacific Northwest classic weather. We'll just call that, right? My son still lives in the Pacific Northwest. And so he's texts me regularly, checking in on the weather here versus there. But it is Pacific Northwest weather is consistent. We'll just say that. A question: will you send out an alert for the tool bags when they are available? A nice bundle on HSN would be great. They will make great Christmas gifts. Carol Rabin. We will send out, and I'll probably do a live on launch. So whoever's going to launch them, and it'll be somebody in the U.S. first. We won't. HSN plans out. We have the plan for HSN into June of next year. Well, not me, I don't, but HSN does. They plan out far in advance. So I know it's not going to be that, but we will launch them here in the US. I don't even know if they have them in the UK. Yeah. So, but I will 100% do a live and social media and email blast and all that stuff, letting everybody know that they're available and where they can get them. So if you're not following on social media, you should do that. And if you're not on the email list, please do that as well. We'll definitely let you know. I know everybody's been waiting for those to come out. So yes. Any chance of re-releasing the project binders? The project binders are back in stock. They were just on special last week. They might still be. When we did the Totally Tiffany takeover, they are on the website right now. I know things are hard to find on the new website, but if you search Project Planner or Memento Keeper on the Crafter's Companion website, they are available now on our website. They don't have them. I don't think they have them at scrapbook.com. I think they're stocked in the UK right now. I'm sorry. It's so confusing. But they are available, or they were available last week. I guess there's potential that we sold them out, but they just came in. They were part of the Totally Tiffany takeover last week. So, or last Tuesday, I think. So look on the Crafter's Companion website for them. I'm pretty sure they have them there, but I don't think we stock them in the, in the US, which means scrapbook.com does not have them. I could be wrong. You're welcome to look there, but for some reason I'm kind of remembering that was a thing. Let's see. When will the Grab and Go 2-inch be in stock? I don't know what that is. I'm drawing a blank. Grab and Go. Storage and supply case. I don't know what a Grab and Go is. It could be a Crafter's Companion product, and to be honest with you, I'm not totally familiar with their catalog. They don't really share that kind of stuff with me. So if it's a Crafter's Companion product, I can't help you. If it's something else, if you give me a little bit more description, maybe that will trigger my memory of what that is. I'm happy to search it out in any case. All right. So let me just scroll through here real quickly. Let's see. Apologies if you answered this already. Is there an expected time frame for the new types of slide stash in store that are less steep, back to front, so fit on the shelves that are less steep? Yes, they're approved, but I don't have a release date. Initially, they were telling me December, and that's still possible, but not probable. I think that they're in production, but I haven't seen packaging or anything like that, which means, I don't know. I know our target date was December, but my gut is we're not going to make that date. But I will ask again about that. But they're approved. They're ready to go. They're in production as far as I know. So their delivery is imminent. We also have arriving soon these guys. So I'm not sure what you guys, how your visual is there. That's the hard thing about not having Susie. I'll go to overhead though. So this is the fat quarter storage, and these are 5 inches across. They link together so you can pull them along or use them separately. These are, I know packaging's done and they're finished with production, so they'll probably be headed our way sooner than later. So you may see these in December. They are great for, of course, fat quarters, which is what they were designed for, but they are something else you all have been asking me for is, can I just get some little organizer boxes that I can put into my lowest tote, into my drawer, into my cart, on a shelf, and that these are going to work for that as well. So you could fill them with glitter or adhesives or anything like that, paint, any of those type of things that you want to be able to slide on and off a shelf. And they do fit, again, 3 of them in that IKEA Calyx or Expedit. So you can, and then you just kind of can pull them along. And I think if you have the split, if you have the parts in the Calyx that divide them into, there's one that divides it into 9 sections and one that divides it in half, like a shelf that goes in the middle. I'm pretty sure even with the taller, the height, well, and I think these might be able to go this way too. Oh yeah, so you could lower it. Yeah, they'll fit on that shelf. So especially if you sew and you're looking for a way to really kind of organize those fat quarters, you're going to love this, but it's going to work for other products as well. With the fat quarter, you're also going to get this little folding board, so don't miss it. It's just a hard plastic board that helps you fold your fat quarters back to the right size to fit neatly into the boxes as well. So I believe they're going to come in sets of 3, and then you're going to get one folding board with each set of 3, and hopefully those will be here by December. Where are we at? Mid-October. Hopefully they'll be here by December. Maybe we'll get them out for 12 days of Christmas or one of those promotions. All right, let's see. Katie's saying maybe you're asking about the store and go, grab and go, store and go. They're all back. I would look again, or punch packs, right? These guys. I would look at, because if they're in the US warehouse, they are at scrapbook.com, but they might not be on our website. And these come in, this is a 1 inch. They come in 1.5 inch and 2 inch. We've made them a little bit longer. So if you're trying to store A4 paper in them, they're not long enough to hold A4 paper. You can see I have my Misty and my Stamp and Scrub and some other, things that all work together in here. So they're designed for punches and wood mounted stamps. The 1 inch was, and then 1.5 and 2 for bigger punches. They also work great for punch board storage and that type of thing. But there are actually 4 of them: the 1 inch, the 1.5 inch, and the 2 inch. And then there's one that's called double sided, and it's back to back 1 inch. So it's great for wood mounted stamps. Also, I guess I could grab one of each size down here. So this is the double-sided, right? So a great way, again, getting your supplies vertical on your shelf, adding those labels so you create kind of a library of supplies. And that's what these bags are awesome for. So that's the 1 inch, the 1.5, the 1 inch, the double-sided. This is the 1.5 inch. So I've got some sort of medium-sized punches there. And then the 2 inch is the big mama, big daddy. And I've even put these big oversized punches in, so you can see it kind of pushes out the top, but those great big punches even fit in there. So those are available in the US, and I'm pretty sure they're at scrapbook.com. Stephanie might also carry them. I'm going to check on the store and go bags. And we'll try to get some links out, even if it's on scrapbook.com. As a matter of fact, Katie's on with us today. And for those of you who don't know, Katie is the one who puts up all the really informative social media posts and gives you the links to blogs and taught the FAQs and all that kind of stuff. She just does an amazing job. So if you've got your pen and paper out, Katie, maybe we could share some links to Store and Go bags on scrapbook.com or the Stamps of Life or wherever they are, because I don't think we have them on our website, but we're happy to share those other retailers with you. Which buddy bag would hold all the Tim's Distressed crayons? Marshall cometh. Hi, Marshall. I don't know how many there are when you say all, but I do have some of them. La, 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 la. Is this one? So I've got some of them in here. I've got a kind of a variety. So this is the 4-drawer. This is a 4-drawer storage and supply case. But I'm going to see. Let's see. What's my best guess on this? Barbara, is she too tall? Oh, Barbara. So, isn't that fun? Oh my gosh. Yeah, so I don't know how many there are. I have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. I've got 18, and that section is probably, I didn't even put those in the box. That'll be a problem. That section is probably a little less than half full. So you could, depending on how many there are, you could probably get 36 or 38 in one section of the Barbara bag. I'll have to reorganize these. I didn't think about that when I dumped it out. I kind of had them sorted, but that's all right. I know how to do that. Okay, so Barbara's an option, but I'm wondering if we might also be able to use Gail. No. Or Delta Dawn with their second loop up. Let's see. No. So probably Barbara is the best option, unless you want them flat, and then you could put them in the 4-drawer storage and supply case. I don't really like them flat. They work, they fit in there, but you have to kind of dig through them. So I only have 18, so it's easy. But if you had that whole drawer full, it might be a little bit more difficult to get through them. I'm trying to think. And I know sometimes you guys think better than I do. So if there's a bag you think they might fit in that I'm not thinking about at the moment, we could try Irene. She also has double Velcro, but she doesn't have, that's probably too tall anyway. She doesn't have 2 boxes, which means they'd kind of tip over anyway. Yeah. So I think Barbara's your best bet, depending on how many you have. All right. Let's see. Terry says, I need them all. Good morning. This is Paper Hand. See, for some reason, I'm not that good at the scroll here. So just a reminder, Janet Sanders, we're glad you're here too. It's so fun to scroll through. I don't ever get to read the feed, right? So actually getting the feed is fun. Let's see if I'm missing any questions here. I'm going to pop back over to and Katie says yes, she'll look for links and get them posted up today. So if you are not following on social media, Totally Tiffany Get Organized Challenge, Get Organized with Totally Tiffany, the Totally Tiffany Facebook page, Instagram, whatever your preferred thing is, Katie's going to put links up in there. So it's a great place to go and look for things. The other thing is, if you're not part of the Get Organized with Totally Tiffany, it is an awesome place to ask questions. Barb, Terry, Marshall, everyone's there on a regular basis, and they have a big knowledge. They all have used Totally Tiffany for years, So they're able to answer questions very quickly as well. So if you have questions or you want ideas, I would really recommend asking to join that group. There's just a couple questions. Again, we're trying to make sure we're not getting any spam or scammers in the group or people posting weird things. So answer the questions. I think Katie goes in almost every day and goes through that and approves new requests. So we're pretty quick about doing it, but it's a great resource for things. Allison's excited for fat quarter. So am I. I'm very excited for that. All right. For fat quarter storage as well. I think it's going to be great. You know who's really excited about it? My mom. So my mother, who some of you know, Tamara Merrill, she's a writer and a crafter. She's a painter, and she does all the things. She's kind of an amazing creative person. I think Barb Carlson's read a couple of her books. I'm sure some of you have read a few of her books. She's got a couple that have won some awards and that kind of thing. But she is always my guinea pig, especially for things like sewing, because I don't sew. So this is something that she also is like, when the 10-inch slide stash in store. If you think that you guys are excited about that, almost every time I see her, she's like, what's the update? What's the update? And it's pretty often. She only knows 15 minutes from me. So she's excited about that. She is I'm working on some other new sewing stuff for Joann stores. And so she was over here the other day. I just sit down, tell me about this. Would you do this? How does this work? All those kind of things that I ask you guys. What do you do with that? How do you use it? My mom is my regular guinea pig. So we've got some other sewing stuff that'll be coming out next year, and probably going to debut at the big Joann retailers near you on that also. What should Cindy Posa. Hi, Cindy. What should I store the oval inks from CC? The Stephanie buddy bag, probably the best storage, especially if you have a lot of them. So Stephanie is pretty multi-purpose. She'll fit any brand of oval, rectangle, oblong. So that's Stamps of Life, that's Spectrum Noir, that's Catherine Pooler and Gina K. All of those brands are going to fit in your Stephanie buddy bag. Now this one, I don't have labels on them. Okay, Stephanie, where are you? This one I have some labels on. So these are the metallic inks. Those fit in there, the ones that are kind of a teardrop shape. But they all come with the label so that you can actually ink up the label and see what color. I can't believe I can believe it, because I took all of my stuff. Wait a minute, I see it. I took all my stuff to a fun little event at Spellbinders the other day, and I'm still in the process of unpacking. So, so look, I have a mess here. I have a tag on it from Spellbinders. What it is? Oh, right. You can't see it. So these are the labels, right? So you can ink up those labels in the Stephanie. And this is the Chastity bag, right? Same thing. So the only ink that doesn't fit well that I found in Stephanie is the Tim Holtz Square Distress inks. And they fit in the Chastity buddy bag. So whichever, Tim Holtz, Chastity, almost everything else in the Stephanie buddy bag. And they work really great. And you can they have a little, when you put the boxes in, for those of you who haven't seen this before, they have a little finger hole in the top. So you can lift out that box of ink, set it on your workspace, or just tip it back and get the ink pad out that you need, and then drop it back in. So that's there's a little bit of an art to this, especially with these weird shaped ink pads, is to just pull it up kind of this angle, right? It's an open box. So if you tip it forward, we all know what's going to happen. But so even like I've got a bunch of re-inkers in here as well. So different, they're all the same, different brands, but they're all the same kind of size. So a perfect way, Chastity or Stephanie for ink pads. And that's going to cover almost almost every normal size ink pad. Obviously, it's not going to the giant ones or the really weird long ones that have lots of colors in them. It's not going to work with those, but everything else. Question, Renice Bales. Have you heard from Leanne? We miss her. I know Leanne is searching for a new job. I miss her too. We all miss her. She was awesome. She's doing great. Her son this is his first year in college, and he's in college here in Arizona, in Prescott at Embry-Riddle. So yeah, she's kind of back and forth. Like she's kind of connected to Arizona now because her son's here. But I will keep you as she gets a new job and things change for her. I will make sure and chat with her and share that information with you when I hear from her when she finds her a new job or whatever. But I will check in with her. I'll try to do it before our next Tuesday live. So not next week because it's HSN. But yeah, I'll give you an update. That'll be fun. All right. Let's see here. Pat says, you've given me an idea for something I was trying to store. Hi, Donna in Portland. Welcome. We're happy that you're here, even if you're late. Will the interface ink from Lisa Horton fit in the chastity bag? I don't know what that is. If you can give me the dimensions on it. Unless someone out there knows what the dimensions are, I'll be happy to answer that. If it's square, definitely. If it's the same size square as the Tim Holtz, definitely. But I don't even know if that is. Barbara says, sorry, I missed this. Are you going to have new products on HSN next week? Nothing new, just some great bundles. So a bundle that includes Slide Stash and Store, Lowest Tote, Pop-Up Trash Can, and Craft and Carry Workstation. Slide Stash and Store is back on HSN. And again, as I mentioned earlier, it's sold out in minutes last time. So if you want more Slide Stash and Store and you want to take advantage of that bundle price, the HSN bundle, again, last time it was on, sold out in minutes. And then we have a bundle of the 12 by 12 storage and supply cases. And that is going to be the 2-drawer and the 4-drawer in that bundle. So yes, we have stuff, but it's not new. New bundles, I guess. Yes, things are going so fast, it's hard for me to keep up. Lisa Horton interface is 3 by 3. Let's compare. So Tim Holtz is bigger on the bottom. Yeah, so that's the same size. So they should totally fit in the chastity bag. Good to know. I'm going to have to order some of those so that I have them, so that I can answer and show, right? It's nice to see your actual products in storage so you really understand how they fit. And so I understand how they fit as well, right? It makes it easy to answer questions. What about HSN bundle with my Cindy tote? I don't know. Is it Cindy or is it Lois in the bundle? I have my list. Hang on. I'm pretty sure it's Lois, though. Now that you say that, though, I'm second guessing myself. So let me grab that list and see if it spells it out there on what. No, it's Lois. It is Lois. So, yeah, and I don't have the prices on them, but it does say that the Craft and Carry Workstation bundle has been saved for that day, so it could be a special price. And also the lowest price ever offered on HSN for the 2-pack of the storage and supply cases, and that is the 12 by 12 storage and supply case in that one. All right, my friends. Okay, so if you haven't commented, then you're not in the feed yet. You can't win the prize. So please comment so that, because we're getting close to 10 o'clock, so we'll draw the name for that. Oh, it must be Cindy. So Cindy Sutherland, probably. It just says Facebook user. I don't know why it does that. Some Facebook users we can see and some we cannot. Elaine, I don't, it's hard for me to follow the thing here. Let's see. Hello from, okay, you guys are popping on. Me too, regarding the thread spools at Rhonda Crowley's Creations. I missed that. I don't know what that is, but if you have a question about it, I see a couple things in there. All right, my friends. It looks like I think I've got all the questions answered. Just quick a recap. HSN is next Tuesday, so we won't be here for Tuesday Live, but we'll be doing the 24-hour craft day in Florida with HSN, and we've got those great bundles available for you at that event. And then I'll keep you posted on the toolboxes, but they have arrived in the warehouse. So I'm not sure who's going to launch them or when, but I'll check one more time before we get off today, and I'll see if I have an answer here from Kimberly about when and where those are going to launch. Not yet. Nope. But I'll keep you posted because they're here. They have arrived. I'm going to be in Dallas this week. I'm going to go on a little road trip with my sister. I'm going to fly into Dallas, and we're going to road trip to Oklahoma City, and we're going to go. She said, tell everybody we're going to do this. It's so cool. If you live in Oklahoma City, we are going to the Museum of Ophistology, and we are doing a forensic night adventure there. Doesn't that sound like fun? So totally off subject. There's this thing called Atlas Obscura. If you've never checked it out and you're going to travel anywhere, even if you're just going across town in your own hometown, they have all these cool, funky things listed in that Atlas Obscura. And that's where my sister found this. And that's why we ended up choosing Oklahoma City because, well, she lives in Texas, so it's kind of easy to get there. But we're like, we're going to do a sister's trip. Where are we going to go? So I will be Dallas and Oklahoma City next week, and then right off to Florida. So we'll see you for that. Okay, I think I got all the things that I needed to talk about. Let me go back here, and we'll choose. We will announce the winner. Hey, it's a familiar name today, Sue Rains. Congratulations. You are the winner of the Totally Tiffany $25 gift certificate. So please email prizes with an S at crafterscompanion.com. That's prizes with an S at crafterscompanion.com. And they will get you all set up. Tell them you are this week's winner of the Tuesday Live, Tuesday Tribe $25 shopping spree. And they will get you all hooked up. All right, my friends. Again, if you aren't part of the Get Organized with Totally Tiffany Facebook page, that is an excellent place to ask questions about products and see how everybody's using different things and how they use them differently. So it's a great group to join. You do have to fill out a couple questions so that we can know that you're not a scammer hacker. I will repost really quickly for those of you who followed my husband. I guess that was the other announcement that I made. He was hacked. His Facebook and his Instagram were both hacked. We cannot get Facebook or Instagram to shut down either one of them. Oh my gosh, maybe, does one of you work for Facebook or Instagram? And you could tell us how to get that horrible hacker. I'm reposting the links here that I put up this morning. I pushed the wrong thing. How to get that horrible hacker shut down, because he is causing not only my husband, but all these other people distress, right? So if you like all these weird posts that he's putting up about investing money, it's all BS. So do not follow any of that. Don't click on any of the links in it. It's all made up. And then there's all these other posts about that people put up. Oh, I can help you with your hack. Those people are scammers too. So if you've been hacked, don't click on one of those and ask one of those people to help you. They are all scammers also. They cannot help you. Facebook can help you. Instagram can help you. Or they're the only people who can make those, shut down those accounts. But if any of you know somebody who works for Facebook or Instagram and can help, please reach out and let me know. That would be awesome if we could get that scammer hacker shut down from my husband's account. All right, my friends. Susan says, so happy to see the Kirsten bags back in stock. Yeah, Dee says, that's why I don't have those accounts. I know, it's so disheartening, but he loves sharing his photographs with people, and that's all he does. So when you see anything on his feed that's not photographs of Petey, the wonder dog, or him out wandering the world, you know it's not true. All right, everybody. Congratulations, Sue Rains. Don't forget to send an email to prizes@Crafters Companion. Collect your prize. Thanks, everybody, for popping in today, and I will see all of you either on HSN or next week right here. Take care, everybody.